Okay, so we're going to look at the highest common factors. That's what the HCF stands for. Now, highest suggests a big number, doesn't it? But in actual fact, it's going to be a number that's 28 or smaller. It's always going to be a number that's smaller than the 2 or 3 numbers you've been given. So 28, let's break it up into its prime factors. So I'm doing its prime factor tree. 28, half of that is 14, so 14 times by 2 is 28. And I'm going to keep breaking it up into its prime factors. So 28 is the same as 2 times by 2 times by 7, which I can write 2 squared times by 7. Now, there is a button for this on our calculators, so I want to show you how to use it. So you do 28 and press equals, shift and fact, and it tells you 2 squared times by 7. So I've got the prime factors of 28. I'm doing the same thing for 70 now. So if I break that up, 2 times by 35, and 35 is 7 times by 5. I'm going a bit out of focus here, so I need just to adjust the camera in a second. So I can see that 70 is written as 2 times by 5 times by 7. Now, I should check that on my calculator as well, but it seems to make sense, isn't it? 2, 5 to 10, 10 to 7 to 70, so it seems to work. So that what is the highest common factor? Well, what do they have in common? They have a 2 in common. They don't have a 2 squared in common, they only have a 2 in common. They don't have a 5 in common, but they do have a 7 in common. And so I think 2 7s are 14. I think 14 is the highest number that goes into 28 and 70. So my answer is 14. I'm just going to check 70 though, so separate 70 equals shift in fact, and it tells me yes, it was 2 times by 5 times by 7. So I know I've done the right thing. Right, so let's have a look at now at the lowest common multiple. Now I know it says lowest, but it actually means a very large number, a number larger than 28 and 105. What's the smallest number that 28 and 105 will go into? So to do that, we're going to find the prime factor 28, which we've already got, 2 squared times by 7, and 105. So I'm going to work out 105 quickly. That's 5 times by 21, isn't it? And that's 3 7s. 21 is 7 3 to 21. And that's its prime factor. So 105 is the same as 3 times by 5 times by 7. And now I'm going to check that on my calculator. 105, shift and fact. And that's going to equal what? 3 times 1 is definitely 105. So the lowest common multiple, well, if I want to make 28 or 105, I need to have 2 squareds, I need to have a 3, I need to have a 5, and I need to have a 7. Now I don't need to have 2 7s because they both only have 1 7 each. So I need to have 2 squareds, 3, and from that formula, I can make either 28 or 70. So that's what they have in common. And that's between 420. So 420 is the smallest or the lowest number that 28 and 105 will go into. And that's how to do it. Please do pause and have a good read. And then we'll just check we've got the answers right. So what we're looking for 14 and 420 hopefully. So here it comes. 14, 420, lovely. And they have M marks, so you have to show a method. Now if you prefer the Venn diagram method, that's fine. Just make sure you know how to do it and check with me if you don't.